Hello, welcome to Luigi's Gaming Lounge. This is Luigi Mario, and this is episode 37. Now, today I am joined by Trip Hazard, aka
Barnaby. Hello.
I'm joined by Terrors, aka
Hello.
and also joined by Commando Power, aka
Yo, you know what time it is, your homeboy Tony.
Yeah, thanks for that, Tony. Right, so this podcast, I've really been looking forward to this episode because we have had massive news, which I'm sure everybody by now would have heard of. Activision Blizzard news with Xbox purchasing them for, I believe it's just short of $70 billion. Crazy amount. Just, obviously chump change for us guys, obviously. But
we don't get out of bed for less than $1 trillion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's $70 billion. That's just that's just different money, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is different money. But anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to start by I'm going to read out Phil Spencer's sort of little statement on this, and we'll discuss it from there. So he said here, as a team, we are on a mission to extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. We all know that gaming is the most vibrant and dynamic form of entertainment worldwide, and we've experienced the power of social connection and friendship that gaming makes possible. As we pursue that mission, it is incredibly exciting to announce that Microsoft has agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard. Over many decades, the studios and teams that make up Activision Blizzard have earned vast wellsprings of joy and respect from billions of people all over the world. We're incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beenox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. Wow, that's a lot. Until this transaction closes, Activision Blizzard and Microsoft Gaming will continue to operate independently. Once the deal is complete, the Activision Blizzard business will report to me as CEO, Microsoft Gaming. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalogue. We also announced today that Game Pass now has more than 25 million subscribers. As always, we look forward to continuing to add more value and great games to Game Pass. The fantastic franchises across Activision Blizzard will also accelerate our plans for cloud gaming, allowing more people in more places around the world to participate in the Xbox community using phones, tablets, laptops, and other devices you already own. Activision Blizzard games are enjoyed on a variety of platforms, and we plan to continue to support those communities moving forward. As a company, Microsoft is committed to our journey for inclusion in every aspect of gaming, among both employees and players. We deeply value individual studio cultures. We also believe that creative success and autonomy go hand in hand with treating every person with dignity and respect. We hold all teams and all leaders to this commitment. We're looking forward to extending our culture of proactive inclusion to the great teams across Activision Blizzard. Around the world, there is no more exciting venue for fun and connection than video games, and there has never been a better time to play than right now. As we extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone, we look forward to welcoming all of our friends at Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming. So, quite, that was a mouthful. Tony, we'll come to you first, shall we? And see, we'll just get a general feel of your thoughts on this. Obviously, you're an Xbox Series X owner, Game Pass subscriber. What's your thoughts?
Well, if we focus on a couple of things, I'm going to start with the Game Pass. The Game Pass is as amazing as it is already. If this gets introduced, which I believe, with no doubt, it will get introduced to the Game Pass at some stage. Um, it's just going to generate a lot more interest of those who are especially fanboys of PlayStation. You look at the games that they have as well. You know, the franchise of Call of Duty. Um, we know a couple of people who are big fans of Call of Duty. I think it's really. I don't know. It's when we spoke about the last podcast about games that are yet to be released, and we've got an exciting year ahead, and how great, if you take away the negative side of things of the pandemic, how great the last couple of years it's been during the pandemic for gaming. It's been fantastic. It's jaw dropping. This is big news. It's exciting. It's exciting. That's the best way to explain it. It's exciting. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of it. And all the other franchises that are going to be sort of added to this bundle. This is a big deal, and I just think, like it said in the description in the article, that partners working hand in hand. I think this is just be a massive leap forward, and I'm excited to see what happens in the next, even the next generation of gaming.
Yeah, of course. Great. So, Barnaby, how about yourself? What's your general thoughts on this?
I think it will be good for gaming as long as it doesn't cause a monopoly.
Yeah.
Because competition can be good for gamers and consumers in general. So, as long as they continue to produce quality output, or mostly quality output, that's a good thing. But if it reduces competition in the marketplace and Microsoft starts to be the only game in town, then that can lead to laziness, complacency, and also poor value for consumers.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the news, and I do wonder if Microsoft are going to be bringing back any of the sort of classic Activision franchises that are kind of fallen by the wayside nowadays, like Hexen. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I've heard of it, but not played.
No, of course, it's fallen by the wayside now, but I've got fond memories of it. It's one of the games I played a lot of back in the day in the late 90s when I did a little bit of PC gaming. But it's going to be interesting times, definitely. Be interesting to see if Sony can recover from this, because this is going to be a big blow, and already the share prices have started to tumble.
Yeah.
It'll also be interesting to see if the culture changes, because I believe as of this moment, Activision is still embroiled in a sexual harassment lawsuit.
Yes, yeah.
And the statement by that chap from Microsoft certainly sort of emphasized inclusivity and empowerment, which I think is intended to draw a line under that controversy.
Yeah. I think I forget the name of the head of Activision, or the guy,
Bobby Kotick.
That's it. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that it's almost guaranteed that once this all goes through with Microsoft, that he's going to be basically walking out the door.
I think they're going to get rid of a lot of the management, I think, and try and draw a line under the controversy.
That's right. Great, Sam. I mean, I know you're mainly sort of PC gaming, Nintendo gaming, but have you got any thoughts on this at all?
I mean, although I am primarily PC and Nintendo, Activision games and Blizzard games, I've always been, played those right back from, even when WoW, the early WoW days, and obviously Call of Duty as well, early days there. So, I think it's probably a good thing in a lot of ways, and there's a few reasons why. So, firstly, I think that the quality. I know you touched on the quality of games and the output and all that kind of stuff, Barney. I think I don't know. I feel like Activision's performance hasn't been the best over the last few years. So I think that getting a new, getting the Microsoft guys on board as well will hopefully bring a new sort of. They'll have a different angle.
It probably
or
was
approach
time
to some
for
of
a
the games.
change. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of like. Don't get me wrong, they've done some unbelievably good games, some great things, but I feel that maybe they were kind of like not out of ideas, but almost.
They were coasting.
Yeah. So I think having a new set of brains on the scene, and to work together with them, I think they could create something pretty awesome, unexpected. So there is that to look forward to. Also, I know you're a big fan of the Game Pass, Luigi. So this could come down to also being a good thing for Xbox players. I believe Blizzard. I'm sure they said that. Did they say that Blizzard games would come to Game Pass, or it was mentioned by Microsoft or something? But they were unsure
bear with me just a second. Yeah, so it says here, upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass.
Yeah, so that's just another reason why it could be. Could be good, because I know you were saying. Sorry,
I'll just quickly cut in there a second, Sam. Sorry, because it says that when he says that, it says both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalogue, so old and new, obviously.
And new, yeah. So like Barney was touching on about making sure that you're going to get value for money. From a consumer point of view. Now, if they are going onto the Game Pass, or a lot of them, then there's value for money right there. So, there's opportunities here to cover some good bases and also bring some new games or new ideas to the table. Exciting stuff. I think it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's one of those things where we just have to kind of wait and see, and then see what it does. But I think
100%.
The change. I think the change is probably come at a good time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so much potential with this. Obviously, now once it all goes through, and Xbox or Microsoft Gaming, as they're called now, have the rights to all these different IPs. There's good possibility for crossovers as well with the games. Yeah. Which, I mean, you just have to look now at how...
Well, they can bring different characters into different games.
Exactly.
There's that as well, which could, that could be good. But then it could go the other way. They could tarnish what Activision or Blizzard have already built.
But
and if they're not going to kick out something that is equivalent or as good as what they were producing, then that is potentially going to reflect quite badly on Microsoft. So I don't see it happening personally, but it is still a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I can see is, obviously, I know Nintendo have Super Smash Bros. There is also PlayStation has their own version. The name has gone off from my mind. Do any of you know the PlayStation version, like of their own? Sort of, what is it? Bear with me just a moment, I'm just taking a look. I'm just having a quick look. I can't remember the name. That's it. PlayStation All Stars. I think that's what it's called.
What's that? I've never heard of that.
Have you not? No?
Nope.
Let's just check. Yeah, so PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, it's called. So it was basically like Super Smash Bros, but the PlayStation version. Now, there's no reason, once this deal goes through, Xbox could easily create a game to contend with that, with all the different characters.
They could, but let's be honest, they ain't beating. So...
No, don't get me wrong, No, what I'm saying, obviously... Smash Bros is
it's like the king of brawling.
But what I'm saying is
multi-character brawling games.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's potential there for some kick-ass.
No, there is.
Arcadey fighter game there.
Yeah, and there's potential for other games as well. I mean, like racing games. Bringing in. I'm talking. Not necessarily realistic, obviously, but more like, a lot of the characters they can take out of those games and create some fun racing games. They can do loads of things.
So there are much potential.
or even have like I don't know. You could even have I don't know, like this is probably a poor example, but for example, Halo, and then you've got Call of Duty, and you could get like I don't know, like that's a bad example, but a crossover like between the two.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I was trying to think off the top of my head, like two games by either or that have already, you know what I mean, that could cross over. But yeah, there are the potential to cross over in other ways with other games. You know, like with other characters and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope they revive the Tony Hawk's games and give it a new lease of life, because Tony Hawk's 5 came out. Now, I can't speak personally on.
I feel like they've already done that though. Like they've done Tony Hawk's. Yeah, they did a remaster.
No. I mean, what I mean by that, not a remaster. I don't want them. You know, the remaster.
Oh, you mean a totally new, fresh game?
Yeah, or for example, now the Underground series, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground and Underground 2. Did you ever play them, Sam?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I played the first one, Tony Hawk's Underground 1. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. So they've done the remasters of the normal games. I'm not saying I want a remaster of the Underground, but it's been that long now that they could bring out a Tony Hawk's Underground as a bit how like when Medal of Honor rebranded itself, I think back on the 360 days, and it just brought out Medal of Honor.
Well, this is how I see it. They would have done their sort of brainstorming prior to putting this deal through and gone, yeah, we can lead on this. They've already grown arms and legs. They've already got probably a 5 to 10 year plan of where they want to take this. And again, like you said, yeah, Tony Hawk's, and brands that they've thought this through methodically. They've got a process or steps that they want to do, get rid of the bad stigma with it, but also carry on those great titles and merging. And hey, have they looked at where we've talked about recently, and you see it in the news? NFTs. Are they going to sort of collab and do some NFTs to make a bit of money there? Get fans riled up as well, to get involved. There's so many potential. And again, I'm trying to catch up with my words now. I'm getting out of breath. And I'm like, it's exciting.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I think this is bigger news than the Game Pass. And again, I refer it back to the Game Pass because I don't know about you guys, but it's the best thing since sliced bread. It is the equivalent to a Netflix or Disney or an Amazon.
I feel like for me the Game Pass would have been a dream come true from the age of 14 to 20. But now I just feel like, as much as it's brilliant, I just don't have that time to play all those games and invest all that time. I feel like I miss my time.
You just need to neglect your kids. Neglect your kids. Tell them to sit in the corner and watch Daddy play. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, hear me out here as well, right? Now, with them having so many different developers under their belt, especially once this goes through as well, I mean, they've already got, I want to say, it's either 30 or just over 30 under their belt. That's without this acquisition, this deal. They've got the potential to release exclusive after exclusive throughout the years, as in like we could be looking at every other month, even maybe every month, for how many, if you really think how many developers there are under Microsoft Gaming now, it's just unreal. And I think that's one thing, especially on the last gen of Xbox One, exclusives were a big thing, something that a lot of their fans felt was lacking from Xbox, and it just seems like they've just gone to war now, and they're like, right, you want exclusives, we're giving
basically
you.
It's like Microsoft is like what to games, what Disney is to like films and animation.
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
just buy their way to success.
Exactly. Chuck your money and. Chuck your money out there and think good things will happen. But couldn't
have said it better myself, Barnaby. Yeah, buy your way to success. And again, they want to be the giants. They don't want to be competing.
Yeah. I mean, there are people out there who view this purchase as a negative move for gaming in general. There's argument for that. Obviously, most is in favour. Most are in favour of this, especially obviously Xbox owners and Game Pass subscribers, of course. But you touched there. I think Tony, you touched on it, and then obviously Barnaby, you touched on it with Disney. In the digital world now that we live in, software sales make money. Subscriptions make money. Now, Xbox are obviously investing hard into ensuring they have content for people. So I don't see this as a bad move for gaming, even if you are a PlayStation gamer, because Xbox have this whole, play anywhere, this, that, the other, and before long, these people who are on PlayStation, who, will not move from PlayStation because of their exclusives, because let's not forget, PlayStation have some brilliant exclusive games, it's in the near future going to come to the point where your TV, you install BBC iPlayer, Netflix, you're going to install the Xbox app, and you can sign up to the cloud service and play the Xbox games and Game Pass games through the cloud. So you're not going to need that console. And it gives that, for the price it is, what is it, $10.99 a month? It's at an entry level where even if you already own a different console, whether it's a Nintendo Switch or PlayStation, if you are really into your gaming and you really want to play those games, you're going to pay that $10.99 a month. It might even be less than that if it's just for the cloud sort of side of things. You're going to pay that much to play this massive library of games on your TV. You'll be able to play it on your tablet, on your phone, on your laptop, anything, So I just don't see how this can be bad for gaming. It's again, if you're a PlayStation user, it's being done in such a way that it's still going to make it affordable for you to access Xbox games without needing to purchase an Xbox console. That's my take on it. I mean, do you guys have anything to say about that?
I think really it's the case of there'll be fanboys of certain games franchises that will go, we don't want too much changing of this. Yeah, probably another game coming out, a release, but keeping everything all the same. Different storyline, but don't do too many drastic changes to a certain game, or modify it in too many ways. I think also with this is, it's giving it a new lease of life. Like I said, getting rid of the stigma, but also, again, they have been sluggish. But to make sure that there is the interest, there's pros and cons to everything. But yeah, like you said, to have it sort of accessible, like we said in one of our earlier podcasts in 2021, I think it was around summertime, we said, how great would it be where, if you're not a frequent gamer, but you're working from home, you're staying in hotels, you don't have your Xbox, or your PlayStation or whichever console you may have, well, having that accessible. And now that this may become a reality, it's an investment for them. But, I think it's going to be good, and we always want things to be cheaper, $10.99 a month. I'm not going to argue. If it was cheaper, I'm not going to complain. But it's a great product, and yeah, I just hope and pray that it's really going to take off, and Xbox are really going to start sort of pounding the way and sort of, introducing this to other gamers, and just, to invite them to, check this out. Yeah. So yeah, I see it as good and bad. I think it's just any of the fanboys, boys and girls, who may be at a stage of, well, we don't want too much change. But I can only see it as a positive. A lot of the stuff positive, mate.
Yeah. Barnaby, have you got any thoughts on that at all? Or?
I mean, I think only as really an interesting mental exercise, because obviously, being Game Pass subscribers, we're on the quote unquote winning side. But what would we be saying if Sony instead had bought Activision Blizzard? I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. With the potential thought of not getting any Activision Blizzard games for say like 2023 onwards.
Well, I mean,
would that change our minds on which console we want to go for?
Well, I think for me personally, if I was a PlayStation owner only, let's say, and this news came out, I genuinely feel like I would be like, right, I'm not making any rash decisions. I want to wait and see what Xbox's game plan is, whether they are looking to, keep the games exclusive to them. And I feel if that was the case, then I would have a decision to make. Do I stick with the PlayStation and enjoy the exclusives that PlayStation offer me, or do I get both consoles? From a consumer point of view, that's it'd be a difficult decision to make, especially if you're a die-hard fan of one or the other. Yeah. But I think from a business point of view, I just don't think it'd be wise for Microsoft to make, say, Call of Duty or something like that Xbox exclusive, because although technically you're forcing people to basically choose between, basically you're making them buy a console, aren't you, so they can play. Well, this is what I mean, Sam. Not necessarily, because even now I can load up the Xbox app and play it through my TV, so I don't even need a console.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay, yeah, fair enough, but it's not performing to
I get what you're saying.
Maybe the analogy would be like between Netflix and Amazon Prime then. They have their own exclusives. They're both soft, essentially services without necessarily hardware attached to them.
Yeah, but if I'm saying for
that as being both PS Now and Game Pass.
It's like having, for example, like Call of Duty, obviously, it's on multiple consoles. Even at times it's even gone on the Nintendo. They've always catered for as many different platforms as they can. But if it's Xbox exclusive, and they turn that into Xbox exclusive, obviously they're cutting out a large portion of the market, probably the largest portion of the market, because I reckon there's probably more. I don't know, but I don't know. I think there's got to be there is more PlayStation Call of Duty players than Xbox, or very close. It's going to be pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like I was saying to the guys when you.
But then would Microsoft actually be willing to do that, just to spite the competition?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying they shouldn't do that because it's just bad for business.
Yeah. Well, no, they may do that just to create a monopoly, though.
Yes, there is that as well. But this is what I'm saying. Then you're forcing people to go and basically...
And Microsoft is no stranger to monopolies.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like, if you want to play COD, you've got to come buy this Xbox. That is savage moves.
Or at least subscribe to Game Pass at the very least.
Yeah, don't forget that, they're not cutting out PC players here.
No, PC will be fine.
Yeah. So...
But PC Master Race win out again,
but obviously
always winning.
What they're trying to do, they're trying to get gamers into the Xbox ecosystem, whether it's through PC, whether it's through an Xbox console, or even if it's just through the subscription and people play it on their phones and tablets or direct on their sort of TVs eventually. So long as though they're in that ecosystem, and I truly think people who enjoy. I mean, there's people out there, like I said prior to the recording of this podcast. There's people out there that will buy FIFA every year, and that's all they have a console for. And that goes the same for Call of Duty. Now, if Call of Duty is only available on Xbox or PC, they are gonna go and get an Xbox. And don't forget, guys, people who do own a PlayStation 5, for example, okay, they might not want to go and pay out £450 for the Series X, but don't forget its little brother, the Series S. It's currently at a price point of 24999, and I've even seen it on offer for around 230, and it won't be much longer. It will be at the 199.99 mark. They're not stupid. They are not stupid. They know that there's a box there that's a good entry point for people who want both systems, that want to play the games that are exclusive to Microsoft. I think it's just crazy moves.
I just want to go back on Barnaby's point where he made a question of how would you feel if you were a PlayStation owner or a fanboy, and I've had time to digest this now. I can understand that argument, and I don't want to sound like I'm giving an answer as if I'm an Xbox fan, but I would say I sound really. What I'm trying to say is, if I was a PlayStation owner, I would say, they needed to do something because Xbox are doing extremely well this generation of console, and it's great to see that they're making the investments now. As an Xbox owner, I'd go, that they would, they need to do something, get themselves out of the ditch. Would it bother me if Xbox didn't make that purchase, that offer? Not necessarily, because I think it's great, the service that we get already. However, again, it's monopoly, it's capitalised, it's taking that next step forward, so they don't have to have the competitiveness with different consoles, different brands. Well, so if I was an owner of a PlayStation, I would go, they needed to do something because I was feeling a bit disheartened. There's all this sort of controversial talk. However, it's great news for the Xbox fans, and the service that they already have now in terms of the Xbox Cloud. I've played it on my drive home. Obviously not driving, but when I've been a passenger from Brighton to Peterborough in the UK, and it's been great. The service has been great, as long as you get a good area with signal. But it's been fantastic. It's a game changer. So
totally understand what you're saying there. So I'm just thinking here with this excitement and everything. I mean, there's another sort of angle here that I want you guys to sort of think about as well. In terms of let's say that Xbox go ahead and make all future games from this purchase of Activision Blizzard. All future games are now exclusive to Xbox. Now, PlayStation will find themselves in quite a unique position at the moment. Now, and I say that for a reason. Look at the likes of Nintendo. Okay, now Nintendo, they go hard on their first-party games. They rely on their first-party games. Would you say that's true, Sam? Just to get some clarification.
Yeah. I mean,
their first-party games, they can't really be touched, can they?
That's what props them up, really.
Yeah,
and their sort of innovation.
The innovation, but in terms of like software.
It's the gameplay. The hardware's never been the best.
So my point is, would PlayStation possibly look at the route Nintendo, because Nintendo are playing their own game. They don't care what Xbox are doing. They don't care what PlayStation are doing. They just care about making good games, and enjoy people enjoying them. Now PlayStation have a lot of good exclusives, and if they went down the route of putting in a lot of money for first party games, could we see them go down the same route as Nintendo? Because what I mean by that is historically, for example, the Wii and Wii U, yeah, they had one or two Call of Duty titles, but they didn't have obviously all of them within that, that console's lifespan. They didn't have every one that released. So could PlayStation look to? We know they copied Nintendo anyway. You know what I mean? Look at those crazy bonds they bought out for the PlayStation 3. And there's no end of different examples. But yeah, what I'm basically trying to say here is, could we see PlayStation rely on themselves? Basically, this is what I want to know. Do you see that happening? I think it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think if, like I said, if those games go fully exclusive to Microsoft, then PlayStation are going to have to. They're going to have to sit and really think hard about what their moves are going to be.
I definitely think there's a possibility, mate. Like you said, it's looking at. This is why I didn't bring up Nintendo when I was last just speaking a moment ago, because they are in a league of their own. Nintendo are a joyful, fun, family, all-round adventure sort of gaming. You can't put a bad name to Nintendo. They're brilliant. However, do PlayStation subtly, and I say this subtly, admit defeat in the background and go, wow, Microsoft would really top trumped us here. However, to buy us a bit more time, to give us a bit more of a lifespan and keep the fanboys alive, why don't we go in the direction that Nintendo have gone, and then as if, they're doing their thing, we're doing our thing, like Nintendo. And Nintendo are great. They're giants, aren't they, really, in the gaming world, gaming community. And again, if you're really going to put something on consoles and games, I know people are like, no, I'm a PlayStation, no, I'm an Xbox, no, if anything, heart on heart, Nintendo are the sort of family fun, probably they are the best. They are the godfathers, so to speak. Yeah, they don't have the Rory games or, really out there. However, I say out there, like dark games, that is. But I remember having the Nintendo, the NES, the Super Nintendo, the 64 and the GameCube. Fantastic, mate. GameCube, absolute next level. It was a GameCube. It was small and compact, and it was brilliant. How much it was pumping out. Yeah. So yeah, I think subtly again, PlayStation may go, oof, bloody hell, Microsoft, that was a bit of a low blow. Right, let's admit defeat subtly without telling anyone, and just go down the direction that Nintendo are doing, and probably do some collabs with probably some other parties. Look down the PC route. I don't know, but
let's not forget PlayStation are now releasing games onto PC. Most recently, God of War's come to PC. Days Gone is on PC. Horizon Zero Dawn. So they are releasing games on PC. So that's another way of, like you say, extending their life. You use the word there about sort of admitting defeat. For me, I don't think PlayStation's at that point of sort of defeat as such. And the reason I say that as well, we need to remember they are in the VR space as well. They've recently announced the VR 2. So they've got that sort of that side of things where Xbox aren't in.
Their focus is elsewhere, mate. Yeah, and I don't mean it was anywhere now that PlayStation have admitting defeat. I'm on about talking years down the line. However, different companies are taking a different direction to where they want to take their company, their brand. So again, PlayStation, let's not forget, fantastic. They were the game changer in gaming in the 90s, and we had some fantastic games with GTA, Medal of Honor, some really fantastic games, mate. So I had a really good childhood when reflecting back on that. So yeah, I don't expect there'll be a defeat anytime soon. I'm just on about subtly, but yeah, like you said, you rightly pointed out quickly, it's in layman's terms, they're taking different directions of areas that they wish to sort of focus their time and efforts into for the for the gaming community to enjoy. So yeah.
I mean, it's an exciting time, all round, I think, and for gamers to just sort of sit back and look at each company, look at what they have to offer, and you have to just make a decision based on, just based on what you want from your gaming experience. If you want a crap load of games to be able to play for a small monthly fee, then at this moment in time, Xbox is the way to go. Don't forget, obviously, we've got Spartacus, which for the PlayStation, the project that they're doing, which basically is going to be PlayStation's answer to Game Pass. Now, we don't have any more details on that at this moment in time, but it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. So yeah, I mean, one last thing I wanted to really mention on this is surrounding sort of the Game Pass itself. You've got to also remember here, the one thing I absolutely love, well, not one, I love everything about this, but I do really love the idea that there are gamers out there who say, children, their families might not, be in a position to spend loads of money on games and stuff. However, they've got this option to pay for this Game Pass. What a special thing for that child to have. I mean, again, if I, like Sam said, if he had this when he was sort of his teenage years as such, you'd just be spoilt for choice. And
you'd still be a virgin. I think we all would.
Exactly. But no, I mean, how, as children, obviously, when your family, your mum, your dad, whatever, go through hard times in terms of, financially, this, that, the other, if you're still able to make your child feel like a child and feel like they can enjoy themselves, that's just amazing. I feel Xbox are doing that with this Game Pass. They're giving access to people to loads of games, and so people, like I said, people from low-income families are still able to participate in this entertainment, and that's brilliant to me. I feel like that's just another sort of plus for Xbox, really.
Just jumping on there, Luigi, and I really hope you don't take this as a negative, more of a positive, because it shows what you and your wife, Maddie, really give to your children. But I would say that's what you do with Liliana and G. I really do feel that you're a prime example of, you've got a brilliant home, lovely family, but you don't always have the money to be able to give them what they want, but you've always made do, and they do have some nice quality things in life, and they're well fed, lovely home, like I said. But I just want to sort of reiterate my point. What I'm trying to get at is you've given them everything that you can possibly give them, to succeed in life and to enjoy their rewards, for the fruits of their labour life. And, you can see that where Giovanni, I won't talk too much about your son, however, he's such a lovely boy, and his confidence grows within gaming. And I think that's a positive from the gaming community, what it brings out in children, but also not being able to have all the money under the sun, and then having your son, you explain to your son, Maddie, and say, well, it's going to cost money, mate, save up, I can help you out here and there, but it won't be anytime soon. So just wanted to sort of touch on that as a nice little piece, and just a moment of appreciation to say, like, what you and Maddie do is it's fantastic
Well,
for what
it's
you do.
it's like obviously the Xbox Series X came out, and obviously Giovanni, he wanted it for Christmas and whatnot. And now I'm of that sort of thing that at the end of the day, I'm an adult now. Yes, I wanted it at the time, but I think like most 99% of parents, you'd much rather your children have the thing than yourself. They're very much very much like that. And I think, like I said, 99% of parents are the same. You just want your children to have what they want, but obviously without them being spoilt brats, basically.
Well, it's definitely having what we didn't have. It's definitely what we didn't have. You always want your children to do better than you, or have
not
a
just
better
that.
life.
You saying that, by the way, Tony, about not having having what we didn't have. Now, with Xbox Game Pass, again, the play anywhere, this, that, the other. I remember as a child sitting in my room on my PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, and I would sit there and think to myself, I'm sat on my own playing this game. I'd love to be sat on the sofa with my mum or whatever, playing on a game somehow. And now, the PSP came out. Yeah, great, but it wasn't quite the same quality as, a PS2 game, for example. Whereas, children now, most children have tablets now. They can literally pick up their control. If they've got a console in their room, but they just want to be within some company, they can pick up their controller, their tablet, go downstairs, sit next to their mum on the sofa, and load up the Game Pass app and play a game from the cloud. It's just awesome. All that stuff that I thought about when I was a child, it's all coming true now. It's all, I'm seeing it happen now, and it's just, brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
You know what would be interesting, mate? It'd be really good to get the kids, Giovanni's and, his friends and Liliana's views on it to go, how does this make you feel? And what would you like to see as a child? What are you thinking now? What would you like to see when you're older or now? From what you just said now, having that company to play, online on the comfort of the sofa, anywhere. It'd be interesting to see on their take what they would like to have and see if that actually sort of progressed to that level and just get their what's their understanding and if what they're looking forward to with this news that's recently come out. So
right, we've spoken, like I say, this episode is obviously all about the sort of Activision Blizzard deal. However, we have also had Affy Benz email in to the Gaming Lounge.
What a legend!
So let me get this up here and see what he's got to say to us. So again, this is from Affy Benz. He's put, "Happy New Year to you all. Glad to have you back. I'm looking forward to maximising my PS5 purchase by playing Gran Turismo 7. Visually, it looks amazing as you would expect, but I hope it lives up to the hype. I'm also intrigued to see how PlayStation compete with the Game Pass. Personally, I don't think you can beat Game Pass. Dare I admit to having Xbox envy recently, especially all these games going on to Game Pass straight from release. Are there any planned future topics for the podcast in 2022? Keep up the good work. Oh, and one more thing. Dump Ecto and bring in Obi-Wan Kenobi." And then he's put in brackets, only joking, Ecto. And he was brilliant the other day. Love you really. So, very nice email. Thank you very much for that, Affy Benz.
Love to him. What a great guy.
He's been a great supporter for us from day one. But Gran Turismo 7 is looking to be an awesome game. Again, I think I mentioned it either last week or the week before, possibly, that they are bringing back the sort of second-hand purchases, which is part of the Gran Turismo is what I loved on like the PS2, sort of Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 4 era. Visually, they've always looked stunning for the console of the time that it's come out. They have always looked amazing, and I know Tony obviously loves Gran Turismo 2 sounds.
Yeah, it's the best game, mate. Your Horizon, yeah, cool game, but mate, Gran Turismo is where it's at. It's at the heart. And again, this is a PlayStation game, and it's the best racing game that I've ever had. And that second-hand market, like you said, mate, getting the old Mustangs, DB7, or you could get the Buicks, the Plymouths, the Mustangs. Mate, it's a boy's wet dream.
Nice. He's also intrigued to see how PlayStation compete with Game Pass. I believe he's touching on there what we spoke about, Spartacus, which again is gonna be PlayStation's answer to Game Pass. And again, unfortunately, we haven't obviously got any more details at this moment. But yeah, that's something we definitely are all waiting on to see what what they've come up with to compete. You say about Xbox envy, Affy Benz, treat yourself, my friend. You don't have to go for the Series X. Pick yourself up a Series S. Get the little brother, digital only Xbox, and you can game with the LGL squad.
Well, just to convince him more, Barnaby might be the ideal person to jump in on this because he is a proud owner of the Series S. So
am I.
Yeah, I know.
Luigi wants some love as well.
No. Barnaby, convince Affy Benz. Come on.
Yeah.
I always say just buy the console that you want. So if there's games that you want on the Xbox, go Xbox. If there's games that you want on PS5, get PS5.
What I'm saying, though, because he's already
sitting on the fence.
He's already got a PS5. But what I'm saying is, let's say he doesn't want to go and blow nearly £500 on another console.
Well, if he's like you've been saying, if you get a fast internet connection, just buy the Game Pass and play it on PC or whatever.
Or pick up the Series X little brother, the Series S.
Yeah, Series S. Yeah. Such a on the fence answer, that Barnaby.
That's true.
So. You sound like a politician. Yeah, great answer, and thank you very much. And I'll answer that. So, yeah, going back to your general question. Yeah.
You see, the problem is, me and Barney are quite similar. We're very much people pleasers, aren't we, Barnaby?
I prefer laid back.
We'll use laid back.
Or just friendly.
I ain't gonna dump on anybody's console choice.
No.
I am.
No, do you know what? The whole, just really quickly, I want to just mention this. The whole console sort of wars as such, for me, is stupid because the way I see it, if you're truly a gamer, then, as you said, Barnaby, just get whatever system has the games that you want to play. Do you know? It doesn't matter. By you being a fanboy of a certain brand or company, you're not getting paid for it. Just play the games where they are that you like to play. Would you agree with that, guys?
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. We'll be all that.
But so Affy Benz, you've said there about any planned topics for 2022. In all honesty, there aren't really any sort of real planned topics, but what we are doing, which I'll sort of announce now as such, is we're going to be adding like a segment to each new episode, where basically what it's going to be called, whether you guys like the name or not, we're going to call it Trash or Stash. So every week, every week, I'm going to basically, well, not just me and the guys. Once we've done the podcast, we'll have a quick discussion on which game we could look to try out for the for the following week and give our opinion on it. Now, it's called Trash or Stash because that's going to be our decision. Would we personally trash the game or stash the game? Now,
cool.
So that's what, that's what's coming up. Like I said, no particular topics at the moment. The reason for that as well, Alfie Benz, is because I do like to see what sort of news is coming out between each podcast. Obviously, this podcast again has been done on Activision Blizzard. And that was only, I think it was either yesterday or the day before the news came out. So yeah, that's the only reason why I don't like to plan too far ahead, because I like to jump in where the sort of relevant new news is. But yeah, no, thank you very much, Alfie Benz, for emailing in. If anybody else would like to do so, you can email us at luigisgaminglounge@gmail.com. That's luigisgaminglounge@gmail.com. Shoot us over an email, even if you have possibly some recommendations for this new segment we're doing, the Trash or Stash. We can take a look through. But yeah, get in contact. So guys, is there anything more you would like to say before we wrap this up? Has anybody got anything they want to get off their chest that they've been thinking about whilst I've been...
My hair.
Funny.
No, all good here, bro.
All good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
There is something that I do wish to announce, and no.
You're pregnant.
I'm not pregnant. No. I discovered this evening. No, I discovered this evening that Chicken Run 2 is coming out in 2023.
What?
Ooh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I was having pie this evening. I'll give a quick sort of overview of what happened.
You was having a pie.
Yeah, we had a pie this evening.
This is so random, but go for it.
Yeah. And we was having a pie. It was a moulus pie, so it was jackfruit. So it was a veggie version of like a steak and ale pie. It was quite nice actually, just to give it a go. Anyway, that being said and done. And I asked Jenny, what we got for dinner tonight? But I was cooking, and she went, "Oh, we got pie." And I went, "I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy." That scene. And then she went, "Oh, I saw online that Chicken Run 2's due to come out." I was like, "No." She went, "Yeah, it's been announced that Chicken Run 2's due to come out sometime this year." It's not this year. It's announced that it's coming out sometime early to mid next year, 2023. So that's going to be really cool. So check out the trailer, guys. I'm a big fan of Chicken Run. I used to watch that to death. If it weren't that, it was Toy Story.
I used to run away from chickens all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah. Love it. Chucks away!
Yeah, it says here, Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, hatching only on Netflix in 2023.
I feel like this part of the podcast needs to get that break point where it says, "and after the show," and then it's just basically us talking about Chicken Run.
Yeah. Maybe what we should do is like have a sort of behind the scenes segment.
Behind the scenes, and it's just Chicken Run.
Yeah,
Chicken
exactly.
Run.
So yeah, Chicken Run 2, look out for that. It's going to come out sometime next year. That's going to be a great watch. So anyone who was a fan of the Wallace and Gromit sort of franchise, or Shaun the Sheep, you shouldn't disappoint. It shouldn't be a disappointing movie.
I feel like that question of does anyone else want to get anything off their chest will never be asked again on Luigi's Gaming.
No, maybe. Hey, maybe that's going to be a second little segment, like I say, towards the end. It'll be a what do you want to get off your chest?
Yeah. The thing is, I really do want to emphasise this for the podcast. Not only this, I listen to other podcasts as well, and different topics or audio books. I listen to this, especially ones that I've not been able to attend due to other commitments, especially work. And when I'm working, it's great. I'm on my own, and I can just put on a podcast, carry on what I'm doing, splicing or whatever the next person's doing, if they're on the computer, so on and so forth, going through emails or checking up with a system or product. it's great. You know, these podcasts, and it's not only just our channel. I must admit that, Luigi. However, it's just great for.
Hang on, what did you just say? I didn't hear you very well then.
Not only just for this podcast, I said there's other podcasts or even audiobooks, but this podcast itself has really helped me catch up with what's been said with you guys if I'm doing some work or even if I'm doing the washing up. But hey, by the way, guys, I've got a dishwasher now. So I've made it in life. But no, doing a bit of the washing up, podcasts are great and it's really good. So anyone that listens to podcasts, you know, I know certainly for me, when I listen to certain podcasts or even this one, these podcasts with Luigi's Gaming Lounge, it puts a smile on my face. Especially when we hear from like our fans, such as Affy Benz. He's been a great support to the channel. So, you know, again, just to reiterate, thank you very much. And that's from all of us. We really appreciate everyone else's as well as Affy Ben's input and support.
Yeah, everybody that tunes in and you know, reoccurring listeners as well. Muchly appreciated. But, we'll wrap up there, guys. Episode 37. We hope you've enjoyed listening. We have missed Out of Time Ecto 1 this evening. Bless him, he has injured himself, but that's not the reason he can't be with us this evening. But he may be back next week with us. So other than that, keep safe, guys. Thank you for listening. You boys, thank you for being on the podcast with me this evening. And,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers.
And we'll see you in episode 38. See you later, guys. Bye.
See ya. Bye.